A few weeks ago on this channel, we covered Google releasing Gemma 4, their most powerful open-source AI model, completely free under Apache 2.0. No restrictions. No catch. We were genuinely surprised. Since when is Google this generous? The video did well. Over 100 of you watched it. Then, about a week later, the cat came out of the bag. Google removed a key performance feature from Gemma 4 before releasing it to the public. The version that over 1 million people downloaded is not the full model. A faster version exists, and it is only available inside Google's own framework. So there was a catch, after all. The feature is called MTP, which stands for multi-token prediction. To understand why it matters, you need to know how AI generates text in the first place. When you type a message into ChatGPT, Claude, or any AI chatbot, the model responds one token at a time. A token is roughly 3/4 of a word. Each token requires the entire model to run a calculation before it can produce the next one. That is why AI responses sometimes appear slowly, word by word. The model is not typing. It is calculating each word in sequence. Bigger models mean more calculations per token, which means slower responses. This is the fundamental speed bottleneck of every large language model. Multi-token prediction changes that. Instead of predicting one token at a time, the model predicts several at once. Think of it like this. A normal AI model is someone writing a sentence one letter at a time, lifting the pen between each one. MTP is like writing whole words in a single stroke. The pen moves the same way. The handwriting looks the same. It is just faster. A research paper from Meta AI in 2024 tested this on a 13 billion parameter model. It solved 12% more coding problems and ran up to 3 times faster. Same model, same quality, significantly faster output. And this is not just a lab result. DeepSeek v3, one of the most popular open source models in the world right now, ships with MTP built in. So does Alibaba's Qwen 3.5. These are models that millions of people use every day. MTP is not a setting you turn on. It is built into the model during training. The model either has it or it does not. And the public version of Gemma 4 does not. User on Hugging Face, the platform where most people download AI models, noticed MTP was missing from Gemma 4's public files. They opened a discussion asking why. A Google employee responded officially. MTP was removed to, quote, ensure compatibility with existing generation APIs and to keep behavior consistent across environments. In simpler terms, Google said existing tools could not handle MTP, so they took it out. The community did not accept that explanation. When a tool does not support MTP, it simply ignores it. The model still runs normally, you just do not get the speed boost. It is like selling a car with a turbo engine. If the road does not support turbo, the car still drives at normal speed. You do not rip the turbo out before handing over the keys. Multiple developers pointed this out. There is no technical reason to remove MTP entirely. So where did the full version go? Google kept it inside LiteRT, their on-device framework for running AI on phones and edge devices. LiteRT is open source, so technically anyone can use it. But almost no one does. Google gave everyone the gift, then put the best part in a drawer nobody opens. The standard version of Gemma 4 E4B, the format most people use, has been downloaded over 1 million times across the 2 most popular formats. The LiteRT version of the same model has been downloaded roughly 8,000 times. That means over 99% of people who downloaded Gemma 4 got the version without the speed boost. There is another problem. The LiteRT models come precompiled. Think of it like a sealed box. You can use what is inside, but you cannot open it and take parts out. You cannot extract the MTP weights from LiteRT and add them to the standard model. The public files do not contain the MTP prediction heads at all. They were surgically removed before release. The community cannot fix what Google chose not to include. And this matters beyond just speed. When Gemma 4 launched, independent testers found that inference speed was already a weak point. One tester reported 11 tokens per second on Gemma 4 compared to over 60 tokens per second on Qwen 3.5 running on the same hardware. MTP would not have closed that entire gap, but it would have helped. Instead, the one feature designed to make the model faster was the one feature Google removed. This is part of a larger pattern. In traditional software, open source means you get the complete source code. Every line. You can read it, modify it, rebuild it. In AI, open source usually means you get the model weights, but not the training data. not the training code. And, as Gemma 4 shows, not necessarily all the features the model was trained with. Google is not the only company doing this. Meta calls Llama open source, but its license restricts use for companies with over 700 million monthly users and prohibits using it to train competing models. OpenAI released GPT-2 as open source in 2019 and has not open-sourced a model since. Generous when it suits them, closed when it does not. The word open source in AI does not mean what it means in software. It means something closer to open weights, sometimes with pieces missing. In our Gemma 4 video, we highlighted the Apache 2.0 license as the biggest news. We were impressed. That assessment was correct. Apache 2.0 is the most permissive license in open source. It guarantees how you can use the model, but it does not guarantee what is in the model. The license is fully open. The model is mostly open. Turns out the generosity had fine print after all. One commenter on Hugging Face put it directly. Google's compatibility excuse. They wrote, severely underestimates the agility of the open source ecosystem. Tools like Llama, CPP, and VLLM have integrated far more complex features in days. And a broader question followed. If Google removed MTP from the public release, what else might be different between the version they publish and the version they use internally? If you downloaded Gemma 4 after our last video, it still works. It is still a strong model. It is still free. You just do not have the fastest version of it. If you use AI through services like ChatGPT or Claude, this does not affect you directly. But it is worth knowing how these companies define open source, because when someone says open source AI, the useful follow-up is, what exactly is open? The license? The weights? All the features? The training data? Those are 4 different things, and most companies only offer 1 or 2. Google released Gemma 4 and called it their most open model ever. The license supports that claim. The model files do not entirely. Whether that is a reasonable engineering trade-off or a strategic omission is something each person can decide for themselves. The community, so far, is leaning toward the second interpretation, and honestly, after covering this, so are we. If you want the full context on Gemma 4 and what it can do, watch our previous video where we were still impressed. Link in the description. Subscribe for AI and tech explained simply, without the hype. Subscribe for new videos.